Well, hello everyone. Welcome. I believe we are on day 62. We are on 62, continuing our reading of Elsie Lincoln Benedict's book, How to Get Anything You Want. We are starting lesson 5. We've read this entire book. If you've missed any of the previous videos, check out the playlist on my YouTube under Elsie Lincoln Benedict, How to Get Anything You Want. If you're on Facebook, hop on over to YouTube. We are growing our community and I'm so grateful. Thank you guys. All right, let's continue. I'm so excited. We read a couple sentences yesterday of lesson 5, and let's dive in a little bit more. So lesson 5, prepare for what you want. Let's prepare for what we want. All right, so we started off, it said, whatever we prepare for, we get. The more quickly we prepare for it, the more quickly we get it. The more completely we prepare for it, the more completely we receive it. The more perfectly our preparation, the more perfect our materialization. And I remember I used the quote from Working with the Law by Raymond Hollywell when he says, never expect anything you don't want, and don't ever want anything you don't expect. So don't expect anything that you don't want. Why would you expect anything you don't want? When we are in a state of expectancy, expecting something to happen, oh, I knew that would happen. I was expecting that. When you put energy, attention, and focus into expecting things, it happens. Think about kids. They know how to use expectations. They expect everything to work out in all of their ways. They expect to get what they want. And most likely they do. To be honest, I see it in my little nieces. I'm like, they want something. They are expecting to get it and they get it one way or another. I'm like, that just is not fair, but God bless them. Good for them. But so don't expect anything you don't want because you're going to get it. You know, when we put our energy and our emotions into thoughts of expectation, they're usually met. So have the highest expectations. So don't expect anything that you don't want. And don't ever want anything that you don't expect. Why would you want something if you don't expect it? Why would you? Okay, so don't ever expect anything you don't want and don't want anything that you don't expect. Because when you really want something, expect it to come. Like, I want this, I want this. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Like, what are you thinking? You wanted it, you were putting all of your emotion into it. Of course it was going to happen. Well, I didn't really want it. Well, don't want anything you don't expect because ding dong, it's going to pop up, you know, it's going to manifest. So I love this already. Do not waste your time, thought, or energy looking for exceptions to this, for you will not find them. On the contrary, you will discover, perhaps for the first time, that the realizations of the people you know match the preparations that they made in advance. The realizations, so what people realize in their lives, their results, of the people that you know match the preparations they made in advance. Lord, this couldn't be more true. People that you know, things that they've manifested into their lives, their current life situation, the way they keep their house, the way they keep their body, the way they keep their closets, their car, the way that they show up to work, is how they've been preparing. Either the lack of preparation or the over preparation, or just the preparation in general. So I like that. The realizations or the manifestations or the circumstances of people that you know match the preparations that they made in advance or the lack of them. You will see that these two sets of things in all the lives you know coincide too nearly to have just happened. Whenever we see a man with a suit that looks as though he had been poured into it, or a woman wearing a gown that fits her perfectly, you know for certainty that each had several fittings or try-ons before such accuracy was attained. That's kind of what I was just saying. When you see like a well-tailored suit, like a sharply dressed person, or like a beautifully manicured woman or whatever, that wasn't just like, oopsie, I just rolled out of bed and this happened. Like that was some preparation. And she's talking about actual like tailor-made clothes. They didn't just go and get it off the rack. Like they put energy, attention, and focus. They prepared for that suit, right? Think about all the preparations that it takes for like stars to like go on like events or like think about your kids or you feel like teens, they go to prom and like what is it like midwinter and like these dances and events at school. they prepare for that for a long time, you know? And it's just, wow, I love this. So it says, if you see a man with a suit that looks as though he had been poured into it, or a woman wearing a gown that fits her perfectly, you know for certainty that there was many try-ons before that. It wasn't just an accident. It wasn't just a little old thing they picked up. You can know the very same thing when you see the general conditions in any person's life. He may complain that these are farthest from what he ordered, that these things he is surrounded by, the things that happen to him and the things he possesses, are the exact opposite of what he had arranged for. This is what I was just saying. So, you know, this formula, right? People who prepare, what you prepare for is what you receive, pretty much. And he said, and she says, you can see this with everyone's life, the general conditions of everyone's life. The person may be like, we might have friends or family or coworkers or people that we run into that complain, like, no, I wasn't preparing for this. I wasn't expecting this. Like, they don't consciously understand that they have been preparing for these situations, circumstances. It's like, have you been preparing for a purposeful life and job? If you have, you probably do have a purposeful life and job. But people who sit around and say, no, I want purpose, and you're like, well, what are you doing to prepare for it? Well, nothing. I sleep in all day and I eat whatever I want. It's like, if you see someone who is not healthy, they're overweight, say, and they just are out of shape, and you say, well, what do you want? Well, I want to be healthy. Well, have you been preparing for it? Have you been going to the gym? Have you been watching your diet? Have you been hiring a trainer? No. Well, you're getting what you prepared for. Like, what are you doing to get it? It's like you get what you give, what you put in, you get out. And so consciously, right, and it's unconscious that we do these things to ourselves, but consciously we think we want certain things, but we are not doing anything to prepare for it. That's what she's saying. This is so good. And okay, so someone might complain that these results in their life are farthest from what they ordered or what they truly want. But they're exactly what they've been thinking. And no doubt they are very different from what he meant to order or what he thought he was ordering. So she's talking about how the subconscious mind orders, right? We give the orders to the subconscious mind, and that's what runs the show. But consciously, what we think consciously has no effect. It's what the subconscious emotional vibration of us, right? The predominant moods attract. All right. It says, and no doubt they are very different from what he meant to order. Okay. But look closer and you will find that they reflect precisely what that person has been preparing for in his own secret mind, the subconscious mind. Life doesn't pay much attention to what you tell other people you are after. It pays no heed to what you pretend or imagine you are ordering, but it pays the strictest attention to actually get ready for and delivers the goods accordingly. So, things in life that people get, the results, the circumstances, it's not what you talk about, it's what you be about, it's what you do, the actions you take. Ah, but you are mistaken, you say. Why, I don't know. I know a man, several of them, in fact, who have made every preparation for success, and they failed. Also, I know of several people who just stumbled into success. And so it may seem to you, for you see only the shell of any human being. The inside individual, the real person you seldom get a glimpse of. The real one in each of us lies far beneath the person's what's visible to others, and is often so different from our external nature that no one suspects what we really feel. We are Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, more or less, and the one you think is the real you is often secondary. This is always true of the kinds of people you have just mentioned. These men, who you say have always prepared for the best but got the worst, what is the truth about them? That they appeared on the outside to be making great preparation for the best life. But this was the lesser personality. The greater, the real one, was getting ready all the time for exactly what has happened. These other people, the ones you say just stumbled into success without preparation or capacity for it, what are the inside facts about them? that no matter how little you thought of them or how little you realized it, no matter how it seemed to you on the outside looking in, these people were making preparations which you never suspected, and for the very thing that has come to them, not only for success, but for the very kind of success they achieved. There are no accidents. Everything in the universe occurs in accordance with law. So there are no accidents. Everything in this universe happens and occurs in accordance with law. If you don't know it, it is merely that you do not see or understand the law. And of laws, there is none more certain than that you get what you prepare for. You get what you prepare for. What are you preparing for? Think about each area of life. I like to break it up into different like buckets, categories, if you will. Think about your health, your physical health, your mental, emotional health. But let's just think about our physical health. Think about your body, how you feel in your body, how you look at yourself, how you think about yourself, how you carry yourself. Think about your physical body. How do you prepare your presence in this world? How do you prepare to move through this life of yours? Do you even prepare? Most people don't. You get what you prepare for. There are no accidents. Everything in the universe occurs according to law. And the law is none more certain than that you get what you prepare for. What about your finances? What about your relationships? What are we preparing for? Like the best days of our lives? What are we truly preparing for? People often cry, people often cry, why doesn't success come to me and my friends? Us estimable, estimable, deserving people, instead of those unworthy ones who are not half as good as we are, right? So this person's complaining, man, why doesn't success come to me and my friends? We're good people. We deserve it. Instead of those unworthy, undeserving people. They don't believe it because they like themselves so well. They won't believe it because they like themselves so well. But here is the true answer. So she's saying, I'm going to tell the truth. They're not going to like it because, you know, they're not ready for the truth. So she says, only those deserve me who are willing to woo me, to love me, to seek me, above all, to prepare for me, says success. So this man is saying, oh man, why doesn't success come to me and my friends? We're good people. Why does it always go to those bad people? Well, success responds and says, only those deserve me who are willing to woo me, to love me and to seek me, and above all else, to prepare for me. Are you preparing for success? All these requirements have been fulfilled. You may be sure by every person in the world who ever succeeded, whether you have been aware of this or not. You doubtless often consider these successful people less worthy than yourself, but consists of many elements. So all of these requirements have been fulfilled. You may be sure by every person in the world who ever succeeded, whether you have been aware of this or not. You doubtless often consider these successful people less worthy than yourself, but worth consists of many elements. Success is a loyal friend to all who study her laws. Ooh, success is a female in her book. Success is a loyal friend to all who study her laws, her peculiarities, her demands, and who take the trouble to fulfill them. She will have nothing to do with those who talk about her behind her back, who turn their mind's eye constantly upon her rival, failure, and she flatly refuses to go where there have been little or no preparations made for her. This lesson is for the purpose of explaining the law and the lure of preparation. It is irresistible. Prepare for a thing, and sooner or later you will find that thing walking into your house of life. It may wait years, or it may come tomorrow, but come it sure will. No matter what the neighbors say, get ready, set thy house in order, for achievement, and she will one day appear at the door. I love that so much. If you prepare for success, it will come. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Just prepare for it. I hope you enjoy that. This is going to be a little shorter call. I am so tired. I'm about to fall asleep right now. I hope you're enjoying this reading. We had day 4 today of our free 4-day live event. I presented today, yours truly. I talked about emotional sobriety. So if you want to check that out, click the link in the profile for the Peace of Mind event in my the description box, not the profile. My description box below this YouTube video and all my other previous videos. If you are watching the playbacks, the replays of this. And yeah, it was just so fantastic. There's going to be a special retreat in Mexico. All the information is in that replay of the Napoleon Hill Institute live event that you can register again with the description in the in this video below. And if you want to work with me in any capacity, I added a new human design branding session. So if you are an entrepreneur, a business person, a creator, you're a consultant, a coach, therapist, it doesn't matter. If you have a message to share and you really want to refine your who you are, how can you help with your unique gifts and talents? I use human design to help write out email copy, newsletters. It's very, very cool and powerful. So I added that to my services. So it's in the link below, I believe, under the human design, or you can visit my website, carlaelizondo.com. It's fantastic. All right, y'all. I hope you're having a beautiful week so far. It's Friday tomorrow. Wow. It's March tomorrow. Wait, no. It's March on Saturday, girl. Slow down. Tomorrow's the last day of February. Y'all, tomorrow's the last day of February. It's going to be March. Buckle up. All right. Thank you so much for all of your support and participation. Share any takeaways, any questions. I appreciate your interactions and your support and your love. I will see y'all tomorrow.